Kia ora to you all, and in this session we're going to look at the Ark of the Covenant. Now, this particular item is actually something that we see in the temple of the Old Testament, and it is placed when the temple is set up, or even the tabernacle is set up, which was the precursor to the temple, in the Holy of Holies, so the most holy place of the temple. And you're probably wondering what on earth the Ark of the Covenant actually is. So, if we just take a step back and we're just going to have a quick look at that word covenant and what it actually means. And so it's an agreement in this case that God made with the people of Israel through his servant Moses, the specific covenant that the Ark of the Covenant is referring to. And this was a conditional covenant that the people of Israel had to actually obey his commandments, so God's commandments, and obey him. And God promised, Yahweh promised to do good to them if they did follow his laws. And if they didn't, he warned that he would punish them, he would disperse them if they disobeyed. And as a sign of this covenant, he got the Israelites to make a box according to the design that God had given. And inside that box, the laws or the 10 commandments were actually put. So the stone tablets that Moses put made the 10 commandments on were actually stored inside the Ark of the Covenant. Now, the Ark of the Covenant, what do you mean by an ark? The ark is actually like a box or a chest of some sort. It was covered in gold, and it was made of wood underneath that gold. And this gold box was actually put into the Holy of Holies in the temple when it was built in Jerusalem. But prior to that, it was also part of the tabernacle and what was known as the inner sanctum of the tabernacle. And this is just a picture of what scholars think that the Ark of the Covenant might have looked like, because we don't actually have the Ark of the Covenant any longer. We've lost those tablets with the 10 Commandments on it, and this Ark of the Covenant was actually stolen out of the temple by some people who overtook the country of Israel because they had not obeyed the covenant or kept the laws of the covenant. In the Ark of the Covenant, one of the actual most important parts of the Ark of the Covenant, or real significant parts of the Ark of the Covenant, was the lid of the box, which was known as the mercy seat. And what does that mean? So in Hebrew, the word that refers to the mercy seat has a meaning of to cover, appease, cleanse, cancel, or make atonement for. And this is where the high priest of the temple or tabernacle came once a year to where the ark was kept. So that's in the Holy of Holies. And he made a sacrifice for his sins, but also the sins of all of the Israelites. He sprinkled the blood of a special animal onto the mercy seat, and that was to appease the wrath and anger of God to the past sins that have been committed in the year since this process had happened before. And the Ark of the Covenant on the mercy seat was the only place in the world that this atonement could actually take place or happen. And so it was very, very special. Now, you're probably like, well, what is the significance of this for us today? other than historical interest's sake? Well, the mercy seat on the Ark of the Covenant is considered to be a symbolic uh, item that looks at the ultimate sacrifice that Jesus actually made when he died on the cross for us and took on our sins so we could be made right with God, and our sins that have been committed could be put to one side and be forgiven. And because it was the only place that this particular in the Old Testament that this particular atonement could be made or this particular sacrifice could be made. Uh, it was one place. It is also means that in New Testament times that Jesus is the only place that we can go to get atonement or forgiveness for the sins that we have committed and continue to commit. So, as Christians, we don't look to the Ark of the Covenant, but we look to Jesus as the person who is going to atone for our sins, the person who is going to be our mercy seat in front of God to forgive our sins. And I just thought I'd bring up a verse from, or a couple of verses actually, from the New Testaments, from Romans. And these really sort of explain this atonement that Christ has done for us, this sacrifice. So that's a little bit about the Ark of the Covenant, and it's significant, I guess, for us in a time where the actual physical Ark of the Covenant does not exist any longer, and that I guess the ultimate sacrifice of Christ, who becomes that atonement for all sin, for all people, if you come through him to God or to Yahweh. So I hope that's been helpful. Ka kite.